What's up YouTube, Cardboards here. We're back with another sports card investing video and discussing a player that's very close to my heart, the great Kobe Bryant. If you guys have been following my channel, I'm a huge fan of Kobe and I've shared a number of investment thesis videos on Kobe's cards over the last 12 months, all of which have been profitable ventures. But today in November 2021, we are seeing Kobe's cards, rookie cards in particular, trending downwards, and in this video, we will explore why. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, Cardboss talks about everything cards, investing, and money. So if this is your thing, please subscribe and feel free to drop a comment or a like if you enjoy this and my other content. Alright, let's go. So we're starting off with a chart here. Kobe Bryant 1996 Topps paper 138 in a PSA 10. This card has taken a beating. The pop count of this Kobe is 3,350. So I'm going to assume that the owners for more than half of them have lost some money in the last 6 to 9 months. Remember, when the card market was at its boiling point early this year, this Kobe was going for around $10,000. So why has the wheels fallen off for this Kobe? And not just for this card, but his other rookie cards in general. Well, you can come back to me and say, hey, his Topps Chrome rookies should be holding value. Well, do you think so? Here's the chart. Peaking at 50K back in February, and it's only $13,000 today. And I did remember that just a few months ago, I was considering investing in this Kobe at $25,000, which at that time I felt like a good deal. Thank goodness I pumped the brakes on that. And the drop is not even about the population count, as a PSA 10 Topps Chrome rookie is just 850 copies, which is ridiculously small for a late 90s card, and considering how tough is it to get a Chrome 10. Alright, so what's going on? First up, you have to understand that it has nothing to do with Kobe. Kobe's peak playing years is almost a decade ago, and his untimely passing could say sparked interest for people to get onto his cards for remembrance or nostalgia. But more importantly, what is the common narrative the sports card investing world is preaching? Buy the GOATs, the Jordans, the LeBrons, and Kobe. These are safe investments and you won't go wrong over time. Well, today I'm going to finally explain my view on this narrative and how untrue the statement of you won't go wrong over time. Alright, imagine you put all the sports card investors in the world in a single room, and everyone's consensus that Kobe was a good investment over time. Ultimately, these investors will all come, with the same conclusion if they believe that A, demand for Kobe Bryant cards will be steady over time, and B, prices for these cards will continue to organically grow. The problem I have with the first point, which is the demand, is that you have to understand that the growth rate for Kobe's cards and the number of collectors moving forward for Kobe Bryant as a percentage may be far smaller than you initially think. Now, I'm not saying that there will be lesser demand for his cards, but the demand for other players, especially players who are taking the court today, will be far stronger, and as a result, produce higher growth and growth rate, for that matter. Obviously, if you're investing good money into something, you have to consider your ability to exit, and the probability of moving something is much greater if it's catering for a faster growing market today, such as a Luka or Ja Morant. But you probably would turn around and say, hey, Kobe's rookie cards in general are still selling well on eBay, despite Kobe being out of the league for so many years now. And when you compare to the likes of other greats like Kevin Garnett or Tim Duncan, just as reference to Kobe's Hall of Fame class, yes, but you need to examine closer on where you think the flow of cards is going, which in my opinion is majority from one investor hand to the other, the latter investor feeling stronger about the earlier narrative than the former. So back to the example of all the Kobe investors sitting in the same room. Imagine them buying and selling with one another. But when there isn't much organic demand outside the room, or perhaps there is just better opportunities for cash deployment elsewhere, investors will start leaving the room for other ventures. And by itself, the Kobe Bryant demand will start to shrink, causing a pullback in these prices. One caveat I have on this theory is that it primarily affects Kobe's cards, which are used as investment or trading chips. It doesn't really affect his true sought after cards, such as his autographs. those are still in great demand for obvious reasons. And it could be another reason Kobe investors who previously sitting on the number of Topps Paper 10 or PSA 9 are cashing out to move on to the next level of Kobe cards, which are his autos. And we see increase in demand in that area over the last few weeks, especially. Of course, the price point for his autograph cards are much higher, but it's better than losing value weekly, as when you can see from the charts, for his Topps Paper or even his Topps Chrome. So if you are new into this investor room, coming in because you believe in narrative and start looking at the charts and say, wow, the prices are very low now for Kobe's Topps Paper 38 and his Topps Chrome PSA 10, and they're just a fraction of the peak. You start dreaming about the potential upsides and profits. Well, consider what I just shared, in this video and get back down to earth. Kobe Bryant's a legend in his playing days, and I have a deep admiration for him. The 4 autograph cards you see here, have a unique story to them, which I'll carry with me for a long time. You can check out that story in the link in the description below. But what we are seeing now with the prices on his cards today, especially his rookie cards, comes to no surprise to me. Hence, be very careful when you start following narratives blindly. Growth in card prices are fueled by commerce, but like it or not, especially for investment type cards, this commerce is mainly by investors, congregating in the same room with, similar beliefs. As more people believe in the same narrative, the room gets more packed and commerce thrives. But the opposite will occur when people start to leave the room. And that's what we're seeing today for Kobe's rookie cards in particular. Will it continue to drop or level off at some point? Who's to know for sure? But personally for me, time can be better spent to assess more active potentials out there rather than predicting when things will turn around again. Alright, that's all I got for today. Do check out this week's Binder Talk, where I discuss an interesting question I received from a viewer about how to start an investment portfolio with $500. Till the next video, Car Boss out.